While it may be cold outside, things are getting toasty warm at Global Voice Broadcasting. Heat up your winter nights with the hottest topics, the hottest celebrities, and today's best music. It's why Global Voice Broadcasting is becoming your 24/7 home for the music and talk you want right now. Discover your favorite shows and music anytime at globalvoicebroadcasting.com.
Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning in to Talk Care Media on Global Voice Broadcasting. My name is Tyra Jackson. I'm co-hosting today, and we have Miss Shirlena Allen. She is the host, the creator of Talk Care Media, and she is such a diva. Can you put on your headsets, Missy? I wish you could see her right now. Yes, no, wait, hold on. Let me say this again. The creator of the show, Miss Divalicious, celebrity hairstylist Shirlena Allen.
Do I have to put the headset on?
Yes, you do. Right. Come on, Diva. I know you look pretty, but you got to put it on so you can hear.
I don't want to hear.
Yes. So we have a great show lined up for you today. We're going to talk about hair loss. Last week Shirlena did put me on blast, but it's all good. We're gonna talk about hair loss, and we're also gonna have a special guest. His name is DL Master Barber, Mr. Darren Lyons. He's gonna be coming up in just a second, and I think it's really awesome to have him here talking about his business, what he's doing. He's also a celebrity barber, and but before we, get all into that, what's up, Shirlena?
Hi, everybody.
How are you doing today, Missy?
I'm doing great, Tyra.
You are. I didn't know you were such a diva. Oh my God, we got a superstar over here, bro. Anytime you work with, a celebrity hairstylist, you need to be on like calm and chill and just breathe. Do yoga, because you're gonna need it. They be on like.
Release some of that, right? Well, it's good to be here.
Yes, it is.
Made it here safe.
I know, another week, man, going strong, and you got such, great reviews and people, really, giving you support and want to come to the show, which, I'm so excited. You said we have the whole month booked up.
Yes, and we are going to be featured in OK Hair Magazine out of Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma, yeah. Shantae. Shantae. That's right, Shantae Prince. I hope she is listening right now, because we definitely gave her a shout out in the OK Hair Magazine. So, but anyway.
We appreciate you, Shantae.
Yes, amen, because I've been talking to her for a minute. Facebook is such a great tool to meet people all over the place. And when we started talking about hair, so many people came out and they were like, oh, I want to be a part of the show. I do hair, I do, braids, I do weaves. And I'm like, you know what, let's work together. You can meet Shirlena and, talk to her assistant, and let's get it cracking. So I know earlier today when we were talked about hair, there's a couple of things, because like we said, there's hair loss. A lot of people don't know how to take care of their hair. They don't know how many times they should wash it. Hot oil treatments, but you wanted to talk about men's hair loss?
Women and men's hair loss. The statistics of it.
Well,
yes. I've been doing some research for a long time, but I had no idea that the hair restoration companies are grossing worldwide revenue $1.87 million a year. Restoring people's hair loss.
Now, you said they're suing?
No, they're restoring hair loss.
Oh, they're restoring.
Yes. Meaning that
got you.
There's a high rate in hair loss between women and men.
And do you know some of the products that are out there that are actually restoring? Because I keep hearing that once you damaged, I guess the follicles, that it won't be able to grow back.
Well, my big question was, can hair grow through scar tissue when the scalp has been either lacerated or cut or stitches, or there's a hair loss that takes place where you have scar tissue from abrasions and things of that nature. Just, I don't know. It's like when it's like a clean surface and it's shiny.
Yeah.
They call it that's called scar tissue. And hair doesn't grow back through that again because there's no blood flowing in that area or anything, and where there's blood flowing, there should be a follicle.
Right.
So actually, the answer to that is no.
Right.
If there's a scar tissue, hair cannot grow through that.
Right. So, then my next question would be: since they're making so much money in hair loss, they must have found, a solution.
The solution is the hair replacement centers. Yeah,
like
where
the
they
hair transplant.
they take a draft from like a line of a draft from the back of your head, your hairline. I mean, in the occipital area, and they remove the hair from the follicle directly from the follicle. Oof, it's a little painful. I mean, they cut that area to take that hair out, and they implant it in the front hairline where we have this loss, whether it's in the crown or your edges or your sideburns or what have you. They place that hair there, and then the hair begins to grow. So somehow, at that time, I guess with all that manipulation, I guess the blood is flowing now, right? So the hair continues to grow after that.
Right. Now, I'm
Strange.
wondering, it is, because if they can take that and then, replant it, I guess that's why it's called a hair transplant, replant that in, and then all of a sudden it grows
It
back.
just starts growing.
So, I'm wondering, because I see so much on TV where, there's, people that was balding and all of a sudden they use this ointment or hair comes back. But like you said, if it's real shiny and it's called scar tissue, no hair can grow through that.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, how much did you find out how much those procedures are costing?
Like 7,000 and up or more. Yeah.
Oh, so it's almost like a boob job.
Yeah.
So do you
Our
get
fat transfer, like I need, right?
no. When we talk about, I wanted to talk about hair, regimen and your daily hair, duties, because with me, I have real dry hair.
Right.
So.
I don't see any flakes.
Of course not, because I have an install.
I like this word install lately. Everyone's using the word install, even the ones stylists on Instagram who are not even licensed, who are doing hair at home, they're calling it install. And then, people are using the word install out in the public and, blasting people on their toupees. You have an install, huh? Like install. I like that. Because no one grasps, our terminology when we say full hair augmentation.
Right.
Right. So it's like, okay, that's too long of a word. But install is really, really quick.
Yeah,
do you have install?
Yes,
Yeah.
But
I keep installs.
but it's so funny. But when we think about it, some people don't wash their hair for like a whole month. For black hair, is it okay not to wash your hair for a couple of months?
A month is not cool. I would say every 2 weeks at the most, or at the least.
And because I'm thinking, well, because our hair is so dry, so I would
our hair is oily. The scalp can be dry sometimes. Sometimes the scalp can be dry, and sometimes the scalp can be oily. Sometimes the hair can be oily and the scalp is dry, which is weird. I've seen it all.
So, do you have any products that you would suggest, that off the bat
that can stimulate hair growth?
Well, not only stimulate hair growth, but keep
Nourish.
the moisture and nurture our scalp, anything.
A natural way of nurturing your hair with just plain olive oil, organic olive oil, and coconut oil, just natural oils can nurture the hair and condition the hair, condition the scalp at the same time, some old remedies.
Okay. And I know before we talked about, creating, hair smoothies, I know that's going to be
Why
something.
you tell?
Now look who's putting people on blast now.
Okay. If anyone wants to do it, go ahead. She told. Out the window now. I got to create something else.
No, because
actually, someone's already. Yeah, okay.
No, people are already doing it, but I'm just saying, everyone is, their own individual, but what did you hear about these? Because I heard that they really work.
The smoothies?
Yeah.
I mean, when you put your heart into something and you have a knowledge like I do, or knowledge like the person who's creating the product, or the chemists in the labs that are creating these products, we know quite naturally that, fruit is a part of our daily nutrition and vegetables is a part of our daily nutrition, hopefully. And then we can think about oils, and we could think about, things that our parents used to put on our hair, and we could just bring it all together in one big melting pot. Today we drink smoothies.
Can you?
So, I mean, it's just another progressive word for a hair conditioning treatment.
Well, can you talk about, because like I said, I'm co-hosting.
I'm going to make you a smoothie.
I need one. I definitely need one.
It's going to knock you.
You see,
make you a smoothie. Make you a hair smoothie.
But, when I think about my hair, there's like two types of shampoos, right?
Okay.
There's that clear shampoo, and then there's that cloudy. Can you talk about?
Oh, okay, you know about that.
Yes,
okay,
I've seen
talk.
it too. I know there's a difference, but
Okay.
I'm just saying,
I like you called it cloudy.
Hey.
That cloudy shampoo and that clear. Okay, 100% of the time, a shampoo that is clear
Right.
in color or clear, translucent, right? It is a cleansing shampoo. Okay, clarifying, cleansing. Yeah,
okay.
clarifying, cleansing.
Clarifying cleansing. Do you get it? So clear is clarifying cleansing shampoo.
Yes.
So it's like an astringent, a hair astringent that takes away the oil.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, and it's safe to mix the moisturizing shampoo with the cleansing shampoo. The shampoos that you see that have a pearly texture, a pearly look, that may be, kind of dull in color, or maybe creamy looking like mayonnaise might be mixed in it or something. Those are the conditioner. I mean, those are the shampoos that are moisturizing shampoos. You are not to use moisturizing shampoo on top of filthy hair or dirty hair or hair that is, alopecia and, just hair that hasn't been cleansed first.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
always safe to do a good cleanse. And one thing I practice is I lay the shampoo on my client's hair while their hair is dry. And I
Okay.
allow it to sit there for a while, at least like 10 minutes or less.
The moisturizing shampoo.
Any shampoo.
Oh, any shampoo.
The start is with the cleansing shampoo, and I lay it on their scalp dry. I literally part their hair, and I put shampoo on their scalp. And then I make one big, like conglomerate situation with the shampoo on their head. And I just let it sit there like a mask.
Right.
So then I go back and I'll rinse that out, and that has actually lifted the dandruff, lifted any debris or anything that's in their hair. It has lifted that out, and rinsed out into the sink. And then I can go back with the moisturizing shampoo, and now I can go back and scratch and manipulate their scalp
Oh, okay.
and hair.
So now that we have the cleansing down, the proper way of cleansing, use a clarifying shampoo to actually cleanse the hair, and then we use the moisturizing shampoo to moisture the hair. So now that we are rinsing the hair, now have you ever heard of anybody? Can you wash your hair with conditioner? Because I'm hearing people do a cold wash. Have you seen that on the YouTube channels where they're just cold washing their hair? They're saying there's a cleansing, I guess, ingredient in conditioners where you could just.
If there is a cleansing ingredient in the conditioner, it would be coconut oil.
So you can.
I have no idea what else it would contain.
Oh, okay. And do you know offhand what ingredients we should not look for when we're buying shampoos? So, because I
I would say, I suggest looking for shampoo and conditioners that are for color treated hair that omits. Like maybe vegan, it omits paraffin, too much paraffin, and there's other names. Just look for those P's. Those ingredients, they're not healthy for the hair. Sometimes, some people are allergic to them. Some people are allergic to sulfur. There's a couple of ingredients that you should, look for. But if I would suggest that you just buy shampoos and purchase shampoos and conditioners that are vegan shampoos, natural, stimulants. Sometimes we'll put peppermint shampoos or stimulants in our hair, and it's irritating, like maybe like psoriasis and different conditions with the hair. It causes more irritation to the scalp. I would consult your doctor first, and I would always suggest that my clients, when they have problems like that, that they go see a dermatologist first before I even deal with it. So it's always good to do consultations when dealing with a new client, at least. And if an old client comes up with something, or something occurs with their scalp, or they may have caught something from someone's, unclean comb or something, from their kids or, boyfriend, husband.
Okay, and now how important is actually, now we have the hair cleansed, we got that properly down. How important is it, to condition? Because sometimes I'll wash my hair with the like Cream of Nature shampoo, and I will not condition it. I will just braid my hair back up. So, is a conditioner?
Did you
really
find your hair
needed?
to be still oily?
With the Cream of Nature?
Yes.
Yes, that's why I just didn't even, use a conditioner, and I would just, braid it back up. But I didn't know if that was adding, clouding my, scalp. I'm not the hairstylist, so I don't even know what to call it. I'm just learning in style, so
Yes.
that's why I got you here. So how important is it to condition your hair once you finish
I think
cleansing
it's pretty
it?
important to condition your hair, even if you just put the conditioner on and rinse it off, and maybe leave it on about 5 to 10 minutes. I wouldn't think it's that necessary to sit under a dryer. I mean, we buy time sitting clients under the dryer. We can work on someone else while that one client's under the dryer.
So, and that's what I was going to ask,
Unless
next,
they need a deep conditioning treatment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what about hot oil treatments? Do you recommend?
I do recommend hot oil treatments.
And what's a good hot oil treatment?
There's
that you-
a lot of companies that have their own
Well, so it's just
hot
like-
oil treatments. I couldn't even think of one. My mom makes the oil, and sometimes I put together like a little, something for clients using some of the ingredients from my mom's, her formula.
Yeah, because when we talk about hot oil treatment, hey, I'm wondering, hey, can I use Crisco oil and put it in my hair and sit under that?
Not Crisco oil. We need a commercial break.
Well, I thought I have to, put a joke in there. I need to, I have to crack a joke every now and then. But yeah, we are going to take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll be talking a little bit more about hair care. So sit right there, and I want you to check out. And this is my song, actually. I snuck it in here because I wanted Shirlena to hear my song. Very rare. It's very rare that I get her undivided attention. But now that she has her headsets on, Miss Diva, she's going to listen to my song called Wimp. And it was produced by Otto, Bruce Vanderveer, and his lovely wife, Ebony Vanderveer.
Here we go again, acting like we're just friends. When you treat me like as if I'm a one night stand. When you know my heart's love for you run real deep. When you keep the love I desire far from me. Yeah. You expect much more than you're willing to give. People say I'm crazy, not willing to admit it. Like a thief in the night, you hide the truth in your lies. With escape on my mind, my body will not abide. 'Cause I'm a weak for his sex and I'm a punk for his chest. I give you love, you give me less. I'm a fool for your love. I go weak for your physique.
Podcasting with host celebrity stylist herself, Miss Shirlena Allen, and me, Miss Street Therapy. We have special guest, DL Master Barber.
What's up?
Hey, Darren Lyons.
Wow.
That's right. Oh, well, I always let me go on. Let me say it again. We have DL Master Barber Darren Lyons in the building.
Absolutely. You hear the applause. You hear them.
That's right.
They better applause by the time you took me to get over here, so they better applause.
I
Right.
know.
Oh, my God.
Some, we hear that all the time. There's so many people, say the
traffic.
traffic, and it's that long strip going up Cahuenga. Did you
Right.
come that way?
Yes.
And it was just like you're sitting there.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
This is LA. I mean, this is what we pay for. We pay for traffic. We pay for good weather. I mean, everybody else is having 6 and 8 feet snow right now. And what
Right.
we have traffic. That's it.
They
And
need
beautiful sun.
helicopters. Just put it that
Well,
way.
you know,
Okay.
all we
Can
gotta
you,
do
can
is
you get a
sell a
helicopter? Can you
sell a
finance?
little more and make a little more.
Can you
know what I
finance
mean?
us a helicopter,
Absolutely.
please?
Absolutely.
Talk Hair Media needs
But
helicopters.
you gotta make sure
Yes.
you gotta make sure the roof can handle it.
Oh, sugar duck, you can handle
We can
it.
land on your house.
Well, I'm so happy to have you here today.
Mm-hmm.
Shirlena, she's talked so much about you. You guys go way back, and when she invited me to the barber battle downtown, I had no expectation of what I was going to go, see, because I don't do hair. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
But when I, walked in and I'm like, yo, what's going on here? There's all these people coming out. I mean, you had so many, supporters out, doing what they were doing. There were people on the stage. There were, vendors.
Right.
And it was food. So it was really an awesome event. So when she said, hey, we got to get him on, I said, let's get him in the studio. And
Well, I'm here in the studio without traffic, and I have 100%.
You need a drink?
Your attention. I'm with you guys. So
Now,
what are we talking about?
Now, since I don't know you, are you originally from LA?
Actually, I'm not originally from LA. I'm actually originally from Ohio, but I've been in LA pretty much all my life, so I don't represent Ohio. I represent LA. Anybody ask me where I'm from? I'm from LA.
I know that's
I don't
right.
think nothing like my family members back home.
Now, did you always know that you wanted to be a barber from a young age, or something that you just fell into?
Absolutely not. I did not know I was going to be. First love. I was just teaching 2 students, and they had asked me the same thing, and it was a first love. I think everybody should fall in love before they're 21. Because if you fall in love anything after 21 and you're in your career, could you imagine falling in love and having a bubble guts and you're a surgeon and you finally fall in love at 40?
Right.
I mean, your mind is not focused. So I fell in love with this girl, and it was my first love, high school love, and we broke up, and I had did something I never really done before, but I was drinking. I don't drink, but I was drinking that night, and I was riding a brand new motorcycle, and I knew I was going to end up killing myself if I stayed on that bike. So I parked the bike, and just so happened I parked it in front of a barber school that just so happened to be the barber school that my mother went to. I remember the name, and I went in there not realizing I just wanted to use the bathroom. But they got to ask me questions about this and about that, and next thing you know, a week or 2 later, they called me and said, hey, you've been approved for school. I'm like, school? I'm like, okay, where's the address? Since I'm here in free school, so I'm showing up and coming to find out it was a barber school. So it was no plan. I can't say that, oh, yeah, I wanted to be a barber all my life. No, my mom was a barber. That's not what I wanted to do.
Oh, so your mom was a barber.
She was a master
nice.
barber as well.
Really?
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time in the barber shop.
Okay, so did you already know how to when you?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No. I didn't know how to cut no hair. My first haircut was in the barber school.
What year was your mom a barber?
My mom
I
was
don't
a
know of
barber
any
when I
female
was
barbers.
my mom was a barber when I was probably, I was young. We're talking about 12, 13 years old. So, and then I ended up watering the grass for Mr. Steps, who owned the barber shop. And then, and then I would have to wait until the sun went down for him to pay me. And so, I spent a lot of time in the barber shop, and I got to observe, even though that wasn't a dream of mine, I got to experience all of that, the talking and, the way he handled business, because he was an entrepreneur. He didn't talk much, but when he did speak, he spoke volumes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so, and then come to find out, years later, I end up opening up a shop at 19 years old, 2 blocks from him. And then just some years later after that, he passed away. But he got to see the shop, and he got to come to the grand opening, and I followed in his footsteps. So he bought properties, I bought properties. Everything he did, I did.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So, that's how that pretty much came about.
Now, when I'm thinking about, master barber, I mean, I see that you have a nice
Speak.
little funky, hair,
Speak.
locks.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
tell me about that, because I'm thinking, but you have your own locks going on, and they're long and they're neat, and you look really.
Well,
he's
first
looking-
of all, you can't have locks and then they be all messed up and then trying to do somebody else's hair. They have to respect your hairdo. See, it's in the business, a lot of times we see hairstylists and barbers. They can cut some hair, they can do hair like nobody's business, but then their hair ain't right.
Right.
Or you see a mechanic, he can fix your car, but his car don't work at all.
Right.
So, I wanted to make sure that, customer service was always going to be there. I wanted to make sure I was sharp. My mom wouldn't let me go outside unless my clothes were ironed. Even with the tough skin, she made sure you iron your clothes, you look decent. Even though our money wasn't all the way right, I still had to look decent. So she was on that fake it until you make it movement.
I know that's
Well,
right.
now I don't have to fake it anymore.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? So I can actually afford nice things, and so I actually want to uplift the barber industry. And the only way you can uplift the barber industry is you set the tone.
That's
You
right.
know, and so I'm setting the tone for the industry because a lot of the guys call me an old man now, like, oh, he's an old timer, but he's a legend. And they listen to me. So, you know, I can't go looking like them. I have to go a step above that to show them what business is and what is to be expected when you have to deal with Fortune 500. So, yeah, you might see me lounging in jeans or whatever here and there or at the shop. But when it comes time for business, it comes time for camera work,
That's
it comes
right.
time to sign that contract, you're going to see me dressed to impress.
Okay, I know that's what's up. Now, do you cut women's hair too?
I do cut women's hair. I do makeup. You know what I mean? These are all a part of being in the industry. A lot of people say they want to be celebrity barbers, but do they really understand what celebrity barberism is? And celebrity barbers and celebrity stylists, they made that up just recently. See, most stylists and most barbers, we don't call ourselves celebrity barbers or celebrity
Exactly.
stylists. We just do what we do, and we
Yes.
do it well.
Yes.
This Instagram and the Facebook and the Twitter, these people who are brand new in the industry start calling themselves celebrity barbers. So, you know, you can subscribe to that if you want to, but I'm no celebrity barber. I'm a barber, a master barber who loves his craft. And I just do what I do best. And so you can add all that to my accolades by saying he's done this person, he's done Biggie, he's done Pac, he's done all these people. But at the same time, I'm doing my job, not a celebrity barber.
Well, you definitely, like I said, you know, you're the whole package, you know, from the head to toe, and that you know takes me to my next question of what sets you apart, because I see so many barbers, but you definitely stand out from, you know, a lot of people that are out there. You know, what do you think that sets you apart from your just typical, you know, barber that you know, a barber on the corner of the street? What makes you master?
No fear. No false evidence appearing real. Okay? My mom was the type of person, she allowed me, although she was quiet, she allowed me to be. And with allowing me to be, I wore, when I was much younger in high school, I wore purple hair and blonde hair and blue hair. I had every color hair, but then at the same time, no matter how I dressed, she wanted, make sure you sharp. Make sure that is put together right. So with that being said, I already knew what the standard was. And then looking at, she used to give me magazines like Vogue and GQ and all of these magazines, and this is how you're supposed to look with a woman. That's the reason why she gave me Vogue magazine. So when you see the men getting out of nice cars, opening the door for a woman, he's dressed a certain way, she's dressed a certain way. So I kept that standard all the way through life. At the same time, like I said before, I'm not afraid to be different in the battles. Everybody else might be wearing Jordans, but now it's starting to change. The styles are starting to change. Now instructors are now starting to wear suits. They just wear all black. Now they're wearing suits, and the reason why is because I'm changing the game. I'm trying to bring back the basic fundamentals of master barbering, which we are losing daily.
Yes.
So I want to bring back, they're not using shears anymore. They're not using their clippers like they're supposed to be using their clippers. They don't know how to hone and stroke, even though it's against the law, but they still need to know how to use that razor. They still need to know how to do a lot of basic fundamentals. Customer service. We've lost customer
Oh my
service.
goodness!
Yes.
You know, so, you know, being a master barber, I know what that's about because I was trained by a master barber. And because I was trained by a master barber, since, you know, they consider me old, but they're saying he's a living legend and they respect me, let me go out with a bang. Let me go out with setting the tone. Let me go out and saying, hey, these things need to be in place in order for you to call yourself a master barber. And some of the things, pull your pants up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't come in the shop smelling like weed cologne. Speak to the customers when they come in. Just because it's not your customer, speak to them. You know, a
Right.
lot of the barbers today won't speak. Even if they don't know the person, they won't speak to them at all.
But
That's
they'll cut
crazy.
their hair.
Well,
Yeah, you know, you
it
you
is
take
what it
their
is.
you take their money.
We're losing customers daily
Right.
because of our lack
of customer service.
Customer service.
And that's something really important, you know. And I'm just going to put it out there: it's Black History Month, especially with African American, you know, people. You know, because I've gone into certain places and not just, you know, talking about hair, and it's an attitude. So you have to really, you know, keep a positive attitude. Greet your customers because, you know, these are paying clients. So I do agree with you when you said, you know, good customer service, because when I went to your battle event, majority was Latinos.
Right.
You
But
know,
they want to learn.
they want to learn.
They want to learn. I have a problem. It's funny because it's like living a double life in my life now. Because of Pocket Game and because, you know, I'm out there speaking, trying to. Master barbering is my ministry. Okay, so I'm trying to help uplift the master barber concept.
Yes.
And with that being said, a lot of Latinos and Asian are like really immersing themselves in education. They're serious about their education. When I go to a lot of black barbershops, they look at you like, how long you gonna be here and when you leaving?
Right.
And that's what sets you apart.
You know, and so but with the Latinos,
No,
they're
no,
not
really. The
playing.
participation
Yeah.
of African American black barbers in Los Angeles alone, a block away from here, are maybe 10 blocks away from here.
But that's what I'm
They're
saying,
all
yes.
there's no participation whatsoever. They don't buy tickets to shows.
No, they
don't
don't.
come to them. They don't participate in the shows.
But that's why he is successful, and I want people to understand. In order for
Well,
you to be
being-
successful, you have to put the work in.
Yeah,
you have to put the work in.
being a master barber, he's a master master barber by way of his commitment to the industry from day one. He made a choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, were you ever intimidated by any other? You
For
know,
what? Intimidated by who?
You know-
I'm like, the thing about me being intimidated, I never was intimidated because I was never scared of nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? I came up in an era where there was no barber battles. I came up in an era where there was Long Beach Hairdressers Guild, which was the biggest hair show in California, and actually one of the biggest hair shows in the nation. And you have ISIS and all these other shows. Well, guess what? It was only whites and Asian and people from all over the country outside of, and I'm talking about not the United States. I said country, not nation. So we're talking about Paris, London, England, London, England. We're talking about Africa. We're talking about people come from everywhere, and people come from Africa not black, they white. So I happened to compete, which average was about 100 to 120 people, and I'm the only black person competing. So I felt like it was going to be a racial issue. But one thing about those type of shows, as big as those shows are, the judges are nowhere near the stylists nor the models. They go in a separate room which is secured by a security guard, and they bring the models in, and then that door is locked. So there can't be any favoritism. So then, therefore, you're going to be judged on the quality of your work, which I know nothing about at the time. But I was not fearful. I had to prove a point. I was one of the first dudes that won it 5 consecutive times in a row, and being on the Modern Salon in Modern Salon magazine as a black man. But I was a child. I was only 17, 18 years old at the time. Still have the picture. My mom keeps everything. But at the end of the day, it was to the point where I was winning so much that it was like, look, you can't compete no more.
Right.
I think I did, see that.
So when you're talking about that, you're talking about somebody who, I was not, I'm black and I got to do this. No, I had to do this because I needed to prove a point to myself. And I wanted to go a step further than what my mom had went. She stayed in the barbershop. I wanted to go a step further. I'm in Hollywood. I wanted to work on the Arsenio Hall show, and I got to do that as well. So, every dream that I wanted, I leaped for it. I tried. I made every effort to do it, and I didn't take no for an answer, and I ate and slept, finance.
Well, let's talk about. I know we're running a little bit out of time. Let's talk about Pocket Game because I think it's so
the game in the pocket.
Yeah, because I know at the battle, I remember you said something and it stuck in my mind how a lot of barbers don't save their money. So can you just talk a little bit about your book?
Pocket Game. Let me explain something to you about Pocket Game. Pocket Game, first of all, was not a book designed the way it came out to be. Pocket Game was a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. I was writing a book already, and I was in the process of writing this book called The Barber's Bible. It looks just like a Bible, and it stands for Basic Instruction Before Launching Excellence. And as I start traveling more and more and going to barbershops, every race of barbershop, I started to see the lack of the things that we talked about before, customer service,
Right.
and the things that they weren't doing. Some barbershops don't even have shampoo bowls. Like, really? So when I started writing that book and the Bible was almost done, and then I had to tell my team, I said, hey, I'm getting ready to scrap the book. They're like, what are you talking
I was wondering
about?
why did you switch like that?
And I said, look, I got to do this. I got to do this right. And they need to hear my voice, not a textbook.
Right.
So what I did was I said, you guys sit back, just give me a little bit of time. So I wrote Pocket Game in 3
Right.
weeks.
It was
was
easy.
out in 5 weeks. I found an editor on Craigslist for $200. They edited the book for me. The social media is amazing.
Yes,
so,
it is.
I got on there and, I wrote this book because I knew finance was a big issue. 60 to 80% of all hairstylists and barbers retire broke. So I already knew that, I already know
No
about
life
finances.
insurance,
No
no-
nothing. So they don't have bank accounts. A lot of them don't have bank accounts. A lot of them don't want to pay their taxes. So starting with saving was a great start. So I had this in my head. This is nothing for me to spit that out, spew it out. So I put it in Pocket Game, not realizing that once I wrote that book and put it out in 6 days, that book outdid itself. We had to go back to print, and it started selling like wildfire.
Yes,
so
congratulations.
people start hitting and tagging and reposting, and this is all new to me. This book has never been advertised anywhere outside of Instagram. Now we're sending books to Australia.
Right.
We're sending books to China and Japan, and it's just amazing on how it grew. And these kids are reading,
Right.
and then they're sending in pictures and saying, "This book changed my life. This book changed my family's life." So if they like Pocket Game, wait till you see what's happening with
And
the Barber's Bible. Now, let me give you a little insight real quick before it gets too short. Pocket Game is a book explaining to them, for example, what's inside of the book is explaining to them to save $20. If you can just save $20, your first haircut, and you put that in your back pocket, okay? And the average barber works 5 days. So if you're figuring 5 days, that means if you put $20 away off your first haircut and you can spend the rest, you can go to the strip club, you can go buy 24s, you can go get your Jordans, but at least save $20. At the end of the week, you'll have $100. At the end of the month, you'll have $400.
Now, there's a question coming in. Did a Christina Gorey really beat you in a battle?
Yes. 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 You know what? But you know what's funny thing about that is because that particular battle that I went to, it was just like a throw in. I just jumped in, at the last minute. I wasn't truly prepared for that, but she did her thing, and I got to give her mad respect for that. You know what I mean?
Is that Christina in Orange County?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Hi, Christina.
So, I had to give her, her props on that. And she's probably the only one that can say they actually beat me in anything. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I had to give her mad props for that.
But she's good.
Well. Yes.
She's very good, yeah.
So, also, can you tell us a little bit about your mentoring program? Because I know we're running out of time, but I really want to get so much in because I think that you're amazing. You're wonderful.
The mentoring program, DL Master Barber has a mentoring program. The mentoring program is something that every barber and stylist needs. They need to be mentored by somebody. I don't care who it is, but find somebody to mentor. When I first started in the industry, I made a lot of money and I lost a lot of money because I was not up under the proper leadership, the proper mentorship. My dad was perfect, but after hearing from him so long, you just be like, oh man, whatever. So I end up losing, so I had to fall, get back up. So for the barbers today and the stylists today, what I was creating and what I've been doing has been mentoring. I had 2 today. And what I'm doing is almost, and me and Shirlena was talking about it earlier, it's about almost like an A&R, artist development. I'm developing master barbers.
Yes.
I love it.
Showing them what to say, what to do, how to pack your bag. If you're going to do work on celebrity clients, know how to be humble. You got to have humble pie messing with them because they will disrespect you, say things that you ain't never heard come out of anybody's mouth, but you have to take that to get your check. If that's not you, this celebrity barber is not for you.
Right.
Time management, teaching barbers how to be prompt on time, saving their money, teaching barbers how to not only have good credit, but be homeowners, be shop owners, things like that. That's all a part of the mentorship program. I want them to look back at this career and say, I love what I do and I'm proud of what I do. I am a master barber. Not to be hiding or not to, these people are making a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah, because literally, I think in the last maybe like 8 years, the barber has been a whole total barber movement going on. Prior to that, I've always wanted to do something for barbers. I've always felt for barbers. I've always looked in barbershops and just saw them just sitting there bored. And I just really wanted to join with someone to do something for barbers. And the persons that I reached out to, it never happened. So now I went online and I was like, oh my God, there's a barber battle. So something is going on.
Wasn't it amazing to see that many people?
It was an amazing
It's a
event.
barber
I had
battle.
a lot of fun.
There's a couple barber
And
battles.
that was one of our small shows.
Well, I definitely would love for you
I'm
to
very happy
come
now.
back.
I need to come back. I
because-
need more time.
Yes,
I
I
need more
know you need more
Yeah.
time, and you're such a great speaker, and and I don't
You
even
can
cut
take my
hair.
seat.
And I'm inspired, and I don't even cut hair. My daughter was like, "Did he bring his clippers?" And because she was like, I want my hair cut. I'm like,
So they got to get this pocket game.
We'll have
See,
you.
they gotta
We'll have
get
you.
that.
We'll have
Well,
you.
where can you get it?
You can get it at dlmasterbarber.com, and it's on there. And then we're going to be on Amazon soon. I'm also creating. It should be ready within a week. It's going to be an audio, so you can actually download it onto your phone and listen to it by audio. It won't probably be me on there. It'll probably be somebody else, some special professional speaker or something like
Because
that.
we got 2 celebrities in the house.
You know, so we're gonna do that, and you know, the thing that I just want people to know is go after what you want.
Amen.
Believe in what you want to do. You know, don't take no for an answer. You know, there's and I tell people this all the time. Charlena's heard it a million times. People heard me say it all the time, and I always would leave people with that. Is if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
Amen.
You know what I mean? You don't want to find out how expensive it really is because you don't want to do the work for yourself and allow somebody else to do it. Solely relying on somebody else to tell you what you can and what you cannot do when you can do it for yourself.
Amen.
So those things I always like to leave people. And another one I always tell people, no matter where I go, is, when you think life has robbed you, it's always an inside job.
Oh.
We got one
Right.
shot at life.
That's a good
Amen.
one.
We got one shot at life. Why not live it to the fullest?
Yes.
Why not be a smash instead of a flop?
Right.
Why
Amen.
not be living your life as a happy person? Because that's ultimately what I want to be. Because I'm in the hope business. I'm not in the hair business anymore. I'm in the hope business. I'm in the business
Yes.
of building hope.
Yes.
That people
Yes.
can become successful.
Yes.
Let's see.
So when people say you a master barber, I'm like, yeah, but what do you do for? I'm in the hope business.
That's right.
Yes. Oh.
Well, you know what? I know we're out of time and we have to go, but I just want to thank DL for coming in, Master Barber Darren Lyons for coming in and talking with us. He's such an inspiration, and I hope that, for those of you that are listening out there, definitely get something from today's show. So for questions and comments, please go to talkcaremedia@gmail.com, and also you can follow Shirlena. Give them your quick information, and then we're going to.
Shirlena Allen 48 at gmail.com if you have any questions. And then DL, what is your email address?
Ask
you didn't get
Dr.
any
FICO,
questions.
ASKDRFICO @yahoo.com. And I just want to tell everybody, thank you so much for supporting Pocket Game. Thank you so much for supporting me. Keep watching, keep listening, because I got more wisdom, knowledge that I'm going to be dropping
That's
throughout
right.
the year and with my tour. So.
And we
Yes.
definitely
And I
look
need a
forward
book.
to it.
I need a pocket game.
Yes, you do. And until next time, don't forget to tune in to Talk Care Media on Global Voices Broadcasting Thursday at 7 p.m. For 1 hour you will have us. And today's quote before we leave is, your background and circumstances may have influenced who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Booyah.
Word up.
Good night.
Good night.